I respect it.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to a simulcast. Not really simulcasting, but a duocast.
A duo cast.
Duocast of the Friends with Brews podcast and Peter Drinks Coffee. Maybe we'll just call this a Friends with Brews coffee. I don't know. Whatever. We're the friends. I'm Peter. This is Scott.
Hi.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Peter.
Today we are drinking Mayorga Cubano roast, dark roast. I have reviewed this previously on Peter Drinks Coffee a few times, but today we are drinking it from an Airbnb in an undisclosed location. It was brewed with an Aeropress, old school, classic, all plastic, no glass. And I also ground it in my Ceving Mega 60 hand grinder. It wasn't as hard to grind it as the ones that I used last time I used this grinder. So the beans definitely make a difference on the grind.
Yes.
But enough about the process. Scott, this is your first time tasting this coffee.
This is my first time tasting.
I've had it several times, but let's get your impressions.
From the smell, I'm worried about some of that sour taste, but I hope that's wrong. Maybe not.
It won't be anywhere in the same hemisphere as sour as the Coffee Fox we had the other day.
No, it's not. I taste more acidity than sourness.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that.
Okay.
This is one where, from the brewing method with the Aeropress, I would probably add the extra water afterwards for sure.
We have that right here.
But the base coffee is good.
Okay, we have the extra water to make extra coffee. I'll take a splash.
You can't see that, but this is what we're left with to heat our water.
Old school panhandling here for for water. Oh, you're dangerous, man. You don't even hold. You didn't see how he did it. Scott held the cup like this and then poured the boiling water. I held it at a respectable distance by the handle. So,
but I managed not to burn myself.
Cheers. Kudos.
Yeah. Where's the spoon? I need to mix this.
Really? You need to mix it? Didn't get enough of a jostle in the pour?
Well, either I put too much in or I didn't mix it. Let's put it that way.
Okay, fair enough.
The first little bit was kind of watery.
Yep.
Maybe it was just by comparison, though.
All of the water floated to the top.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Yep.
I can drink this as prepared in an Aeropress, yeah.
Now, the cool thing about this coffee is previously I had only been able to find it at Costco. And since I don't have a Costco membership, that was a little bit of a barrier to entry.
Oh.
But it is available on Amazon.
Oh.
And I will have a link to it in the show notes. So you can buy this coffee. Like I said, I've been buying this coffee now on and off for years. It's consistent. It's good. If you believe the messaging on the back, they're working with 7,000 small producers, farmers throughout Latin America, and it's 100% organic, and it's roasted in the United States.
And I like those messages. It's just that almost every coffee that I buy says those kinds of things nowadays.
Yep, they all say that.
Yeah.
So can we trust it? I don't know. There you go. Do your research. And by that, I don't mean just like see what your crazy uncle posted on Facebook.
No, check with Claude.
That's what I meant. Speaking of Claude, well, since you brought it up, this is where we're straying out of Peter Drinks Coffee territory into
Friends with Brews. Yeah.
What is your what's your latest Claude project that you're working on?
Oh, I've got a couple.
Any new ones since we last recorded, like last week?
Well, I do want to streamline. I do want to try to figure out a workflow for streamlining, taking a YouTube video and then getting it ready for a podcast, getting the audio stripped, getting the notes made in the way that I like them, because right now I have a process for doing that and it works great if it's just an audio podcast, and I have a process that works great if it's just a video. But both of them together add up to be more work than I want to do every single time.
Fair enough.
So I've started that, and then what else is there? I've been doing things with LinkedIn. I've been trying to find out how to get information from LinkedIn without having Microscoff detect that it's scraping and scoffing at me and then banning my account.
It's just a small scoff.
I don't know.
Coffee
I don't.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, it's still mostly working on Mekon Remote and working on Mekon Term.
Okay. So my latest is also YouTube related. And what I've
Mm-hmm.
been doing is when I do my Peter Drinks Coffee posts, I haven't really formalized the social media strategy process.
It's already.
I did. I did. When you weren't looking, you were busy talking about. I
Mm.
saved one. I
Uh,
saved
I
4
was,
for you.
I was busy talking about myself.
What I have been working on, also, like I said, also Claude YouTube related. Scott's gone now. He's off.
No, I'm right here.
He's off to.
I'm not gone.
He's off to the side. He's putting half and half that we pilfered from the
I'm back.
breakfast restaurant yesterday.
Sorry. I didn't mean to leave.
So my project is also YouTube related. So as I was saying, I haven't really formalized the whole social media marketing strategy for Peter Drinks Coffee, or Friends with Brews for that matter. But what I would generally do is I record an episode, a video of me drinking coffee or something like that. And then I post it to Upscrolled, which is a little small upstart social media platform that most of you have probably never heard of, unless you're watching it on this, in which case you should have heard of it.
Is it?
It was like a response to Instagram. And it was the second most downloaded app for a little while after Instagram made a recent change in policy of some such, because because Meta sucks.
So it's not from the same people that brought you Truth Social.
No, it's pretty much the opposite of that. So, and actually, I do see some decent content on there. I don't have a ton of followers, and I'm not following a ton, but I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. It's like early Twitter. It's like early Blue Sky, early Mastodon. You can still find some cool stuff on Upscroll. So I'll post it to Upscrolled, and then I'll post it to YouTube, and whatever I put for the title in YouTube becomes the title of a blog post. And then I feed that to peterdrinkscoffee.com, and I pretty much just embed the YouTube video, and then I'll add links to things like the coffee we drink, the equipment that I have, or a link to the restaurant or coffee shop if I'm having a cup of coffee there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start including those links in my YouTube posts, because I have a number of people who are just seeing the video and they're not actually going to my website. And like, to be clear, if they are affiliate links, right, I might make a whopping 4% on something. So, if you buy like a $10 bag of coffee, I might get like a 40-cent kickback, right? Full disclosure, right? None of the things on my channel to date anyway have been sponsored in any way. It's all sponsored by me.
Sure.
So it's all out of pocket, for the love of coffee and for fun and to bring hopefully you some value, a little bit. Upscrolled. He's scrolling up. So anyway, back to my Claude project. My plan is to be able to put all those links and everything right in the description of the YouTube video, have Claude read that, and put a post onto my blog based on that same content. And so it's working. It's got like 5 steps, and the 4th one is grabbing the channel ID out of my YouTube channel. And so far, as of yesterday, it keeps telling me that it can't do that. So had a little bit of a stumbling block doing the actual extraction, but that's the latest vibe coding project I have. So yeah, real quick before we break, you've been in Vermont now for a few days.
Yes.
What do you think of Vermont?
I like Vermont. I like Vermont of what I've seen of it. The people are friendly. It's what you might expect from the word Vermont. It's very lots of country, lots of trees, lots of little hills.
Yep.
Ryan told me yesterday, don't call them mountains. You haven't seen mountains yet.
These are not mountains.
These are not mountains for sure. Yeah, these are hills.
Yeah, we call them the Green Mountains, but
right.
I mean, we did drive by Mount Ascutney. You saw it, but you didn't recognize it. I didn't call it out.
He told you to take me to White Mountains, or is there a White?
That's New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
Green Mountains is Vermont. White Mountains is New Hampshire.
Got it. Okay.
And anyway, they're a little bigger over there.
Anyway, yeah, I like it. I liked the Boston area when I went through.
Yep. Just passed through on a bus.
Yeah, but just getting a vibe of the people, like I was telling Peter, there's this thing where people on the West Coast think everybody on the East Coast is rude. And you are in New York, you bastards. But
just ask John Syracuse.
Right. But I think that I don't know. From my perspective, people here are more basically friendly. More, I don't know. Portlanders, they think they're friendly, but everybody's annoyed that each other exists. Like there's just too much people. I don't know.
It's interesting. I'd be curious to get a friend of the show, Adam Bell's opinion on that.
Yeah.
Because he's been to Boston a few times.
Has he ever been to Portland?
I don't know that he's ever been to Portland, but he's been to Boston and he's been to Vermont. So we could get his opinions on that maybe on the next Blurring the Lines podcast.
Well, how much time does he spend, aside from his vacations, how much time does he spend out of Tennessee? He might still have culture shock when he goes to places like...
Well, he goes to Alabama a lot. And
that doesn't count. And I'm talking about places that would help him not have culture shock when he goes to Boston.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's a Nashville boy.
He is.
So
okay, Upwork, what? Scroll. Yeah.
Upwork is different. That's where you hire cheap overseas labor to like balance your books.
I'll tell you what's going on, people. So I'm creating a login. The only option was to use the email and password, and then I go to 1Password to create it. I wish it would let me generate the masked email right there without having to. So then I had to come to Fastmail. It's a whole thing. I'm still working on my login is what I'm trying to do.
You don't understand what he's talking about, but
You do. You guys are geeks and nerds and other...
Some of the friends with Brews might be geeks and nerds, but Peter Drinks Coffee is all about coffee people.
Oh, I'm sorry. Coffee people...
So coffee people, real quick, and I don't mean to bore you, but hopefully you have a cup of coffee so you can stay awake through this explanation.
Oh, great. Here we go.
You ever give your email out to somebody and instantly regret it because you start getting... like spammed relentlessly, bombarded with spam. That's what I was trying to say. Apple and Fastmail are two places that offer services to hide your email. So you essentially generate an on-the-fly random email and give it away. I used to do this myself. So when I ran my own mail server back in the day, when I sought my masochistic, tendency fulfillment through other ways before I was an ultra runner.
Okay.
I had a little shell script.
I don't want to know.
Which would just generate a random 8-digit, like hexadecimal string of characters and append that or prepend that to pn72.com. So if I needed to sign up for a new service, I would be like 8x, or 8A243CF at pn72.com. And that would be a perfectly working email address, which would go to my real email. You can try that. I don't know if that still works. But what I did have to do was I would have to SSH into my server and execute the script and then copy and paste the email and use that.
You assume that they know what SSH is, but you assume that they didn't know all that other stuff. Bad, Peter.
I didn't assume that. I was getting to it.
Oh, okay.
SSH is when you remotely type at a terminal from the computer you're sitting on to another computer that's not the computer you're sitting on. Well, you could do it to the computer you're sitting on, but that would be weird. Anyway.
So now you've reduced it to it's typing.
So it's typing. So yes, so when you're typing. So then Apple released a few years ago a feature called Hide My Mail. And that's an iCloud service. So instead of me doing the aliasing on my own, local account, Apple can do that for me. And Fastmail also has a service called Masked Email. And if you're using Fastmail, which is an email provider, they can do the same thing for you. And it's a nice service. That's one of the things, we've talked about, because there are certain toys I like to play with. I want to play with that email security gateway we were talking about. And it doesn't really work with Fastmail, but it works really well with Microsoft Office or with Google, G Suite.
Yep. I
had toyed with moving back to Office, or M365 for my email. But there's no easy way to make a masked email service like that for M365 that I'm aware of. Are you aware of any like that?
I'm not aware of it,
right?
No.
There's probably a third-party add-on. I could probably write a PowerShell script to do it. But again, I'm back to having typing, right? SSHing again.
Yeah.
So
basically my approach is just go in and create aliases, which is also a pain because there's no way to do it in Outlook.
Right from the thing. We could probably vibe code a plugin.
That's a good
Outlook plugin to make new alias right there.
You're a genius.
Boom. Let's get on that.
How'd you get to be a genius?
I drank coffee. So All right, I'm gonna call it right there. Right? We good?
Yeah, I'm good.
He's
Wait,
distracted. He's on his phone.
I'm still no. I'm not one of those guys. I'm still trying to get set up on Upwork or Upscroll or Up Dingo.
One of those guys. He's looking for work on Upwork right now. He's already trying to market this new idea that I just gave to him.
I'm looking for work on Upscroll.
Looking for scroll on Upwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find your scrolls.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Enough. We like it. It's good coffee.
Mayorga Cubano roast. Cheers.